about the weather. So on those very early cold nights, we would look at one another and say, what are we doing here at minus 40? And then we'd quickly laugh and say, we are not here for the weather, but we are here for everything else that Canada has to offer. Unfortunately, I was not allowed to work when I first came to Canada because my husband was given a student visa to do his residency program in cardiology at the U of A, and I accompanied him. I was given a visitor's visa. So I was not allowed to work for 7 years. That's how we lived in Canada for 7 years. I lost my profession. I could have sat at home and said, oh my God, isn't it terrible? I spent all these years getting a degree and now I cannot practice my profession. It's useless to me now because I don't have a work visa. Nobody's going to employ a visitor. But I decided to go out and volunteer. You know, I decided to have a purpose in life. And I volunteered with organizations whose values align with my values. Yeah, we all are products of journeys. We all have come from somewhere else. And we all have unique stories and journeys that we have made to get to this land. Not everyone who comes here because not everyone is an economic migrant. A lot of people come because of political strife in their own countries, and we have to remember that. But what I want to say is that when you volunteer, so that we can ignite volunteerism, which is the theme for this year, please talk about your volunteer activities and commitments and the organizations you volunteer with to everybody and anybody. Doesn't matter if you feel they're not listening, but please talk about it. Become ambassadors for the causes that you volunteer with. And that is how I hope we can get more and more people from the very little to the older people, because everybody has something to contribute. Everybody has something to give, regardless of where you come from, regardless of your age, your ethnicity. Everybody has something to do, give and volunteer. So please become ambassadors for the causes you volunteer with, and talk about it to other people. And all of you have to remember that you are making the world a better place, like all of our honorees here today. And Councillor Dhaliwal talked about the concept of seva. I grew up with that concept too. But in my faith community, I'm an Ismaili Muslim. In my faith communities, children as little as 2 and 3 years old, as soon as they start walking, they are taught about the concept of volunteerism. Our community is run entirely by volunteers. And these little kids can do so many small tasks that all add up to meaningful big tasks. Helping older people, giving a glass of water. And that is how our community members look to volunteerism as that. It's a very essential part of who we are.